fight over funds. Then there was a delimitation debate. Then this whole business about three-language formula, two-language formula, the face-off over the national education policy. And now it's become a Hindi imposition row. Centre versus Tamil Nadu government fight is only intensifying with each passing day. But today, the Chief Minister, Mr. Stalin, took it up a notch by blaming Hindi for the weakening of several other languages across North India. And if this was his bid to try and raise objection against the contentious national education policy too, it did seem quite unwarranted. Mr. Stalin put out a tweet. It was a video where he claimed that many languages, dialects like Bhojpuri, Maithili, Kumaoni, Garhwali, etc. have been underplayed or at least been sacrificed at the altar of Hindi. He says the same will happen with the southern Indian languages, including Tamil. Let's listen into that and then we'll go across to our guests.
மொழி போரையும் தன்னுடைய உரிமை பிரச்சனையான தொகுதி மறுசீரமைப்பையும் எதிர்கொண்டிருக்கு. இதனுடைய உண்மையான நோக்கத்தை நீங்கள் மக்களிடம் கொண்டு சேர்க்க கேட்டுக்கிறேன். தொகுதி மறுசீரமைப்பு என்பது நம்ம மாநிலத்தோட சுயமரியாதை, சமூக நீதி, நம்ம சமூக நல திட்டங்களை பெரிதும் பாதிக்கும். இதை நீங்கள் மக்களிடம் கொண்டு செல்ல வேண்டும். ஒவ்வொருவரும் மாநிலம் காக்க எழுந்து நிற்க வேண்டும். இந்தியாவுக்கே வழிகாட்டியா நாம போராட்டத்தை தொடங்கணும். இப்போ கர்நாடகா, பஞ்சாப், தெலுங்கானா போன்ற மாநிலங்களிலிருந்து நமக்கான ஆதரவு குரல் வந்திருக்கு.
So in his attempt to attack the centre, Stalin is now saying stop Hindi imposition. His contention is that Hindi is the language that has swallowed other North Indian languages / dialects, Maithili, Awadhi, Bundeli, Magadhi, Chhattisgarhi, Santhali, etc. He says that these were swallowed by the language Hindi. Now there are people on Twitter who are saying that Tamil too has swallowed various dialects like Irula, Toda, Kurumba, Kota, Badaga, etc. Or that Kannada swallowed Tulu and Kodava languages, or that Telugu swallowed the Pattapu, Konda and the Gondi languages, or did Malayalam swallow the Kumbaran, Paliyan and Malasar languages. So this idea that one dominant language is sort of swallowing smaller dialects, that applies as much to the southern Indian languages as it applies to Hindi. Now, in the opposition to the national education policy, is it more political than anything else? Because at the end of the day, the NEP was introduced in 2020. Why is this hue and cry being raised now? Dravidian parties claim that NEP imposes Hindi on students, and that is something that they will not stand for. The NEP, though, does not specifically say that Hindi has to be part of the three-language policy. It only says two native Indian languages, and obviously the third would be English. The DMK and other Dravidian parties say that the NEP infringes on the state's autonomy. Education, they say, is a matter in the concurrent list, so they get to decide which languages will be taught in state-run, state-funded schools. The fact is, the policy also allows the states to customize the implementation based on their needs. Like I said, two native Indian languages. The three-language policy is also seen as a burden on school kids by the DMK, which is why they want to stick to the two-language policy. But the centre maintains that this policy and its restructuring allows for greater flexibility. Sanju Verma continues to be with us, national spokesperson of the BJP. Dr. Syed Hafiz, the spokesperson of the DMK, is now joining us. Dr. Hafiz, let me ask you, no other state in the country has not implemented the three-language formula, either in full measure or in partial measure. The only state that has refused to implement the three-language formula is the state of Tamil Nadu. Why?
The history of Tamil Nadu is such that we have faced Hindi agitation in the past. Two, we don't find any reason to accept a three-language policy. If it is about improving the educational status, I think Tamil Nadu doesn't need anything more from what it is doing now. It is with the two-language formula. We have been successful by the parameters given by your own government, let it be the school education or the gross enrollment ratio. We are happy, we are successful in terms of the educational parameters, in terms of human development indices. Why do you want to come in and meddle with an already successful formula? That is our primary thing. And when you said that NEP has been there from 2020, why are we opposing it? No, it is wrong. We have been opposing it for last 4 years. It is only now after the statement of Devendra, the Union Education Minister, the issue became, Mr. Pradhan, it became critical. So right from the day when we have been opposing NEP and the three-language formula, it is because of the policy that the state has adopted. And it is not only the DMK. DMK is leading the charge against the union government, but people from the BJP alliance, quote unquote, DMK, is also opposing. They are believed to be an ally of the BJP. So it is not a matter of politics. It is a matter of real issues.
Now,
of the,
the contention that the contention that Mr. Stalin put forth that Hindi has subsumed other local dialects in northern India. Sanju Verma, at the time of the first census in 1951, when the total population was approximately 360 million, there were 97 million people who identified themselves as Hindi speakers. That's about 27% of the population. In 2011, the last census, that proportion went up to 40.22%. The contention by the Dravidian parties, and particularly the DMK, is this 13% increase has been at the cost, proportionally, has been at the cost of other local dialects in northern India like Maithili, Awadhi, Bhojpuri, etc.
You know, Zaka, let me make one thing very clear. Stalin is a known, publicly documented Hindu-phobic politician. So Hindu phobia and Hindi phobia are in the very DNA of the DMK, but I will give out some hard facts. First and foremost, NEP 2020, what does it say? It says mandatorily till class 5 and preferably till class 8. 3 languages have to be taught. 1 is English and 2 are native languages, including a regional language. Does NEP 2020 even mention Hindi as part of the 3-language formula? No. So Stalin and the entire DMK cabal is crying wolf. You know, इसे कहते हैं कि हुआ कुछ नहीं, पर आपने रोना धोना शुरू कर दिया. The second point, you know, in 1976 we had the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution, by virtue of which education was moved from the state list to the concurrent list. We all know that. But if you look at past convention of so many decades, whenever there's a dispute between the center and the state, particularly in matters pertaining to education, it is the writ of the center that has largely prevailed. And point number 3, which is the most important point, I tell everybody, please go and read this article again and again and again, so that you are not, held ransom to any form of misinformation and disinformation. Article 343 of the Constitution clearly says, Hindi is not our Rashtra Bhasha. Hindi is not our state language, but Hindi is our Raj Bhasha. Hindi is the official language of the Indian Union. It goes so much as saying that Hindi in Devanagari script is the official language of the Indian Union. And my final point to everybody who says, oh, we are big believers of Baba Saheb Ambedkar. We are people who believe in the Constitution. 20 seconds. This is what Baba Saheb Ambedkar said. Since Indians wish to unite and develop a common culture, it is the bounden duty of all Indians to own up Hindi as their language. Without this, we would be left as 100% Maharashtrian, 100% Tamil, or 100% Gujarati, but never a truly Indian union. This is Baba Saheb Ambedkar. I rest my case.
Let the DMK spokesperson respond to it. Mr. Hafiz, yes.
I say there are 3 languages in NEP. The BJP has been time and again saying this for last 10 days. I am giving you a fact where 34 KV schools in Tamil Nadu, run by the union government, there are 0 Tamil teachers. That is a fact. And what are you talking about? NEP does not talk about Hindi or Sanskrit. The second official language in Kendra Vidyalaya schools in Tamil Nadu is Hindi, and the third is Sanskrit. Tamil is nowhere in Tamil Nadu. That is a fact. That is the reality in today's world. You are talking about no other language will not be affected. You have to answer why that is the case. And you know what it says? To learn Tamil as a language, there should be minimum of 20 students coming together. You need a quorum to learn Tamil in
but Mr. Dr. Hafiz, no, there are CBSE schools, there are ICSE schools which are following the 3-language formula, where Tamil is not one of the 3 languages. It's happening in Chennai, it's happening in major cities across Tamil Nadu, and has been happening for a number of years now. It's not a new thing.
Zaka, that's not a policy that is forced on you. That's not a policy forced on a state government to decide. If you don't accept that, you will be not getting the funds. So,
okay.
So
the moot point, Sanju Verma, is how can the center withhold funds? Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan funds were withheld by the center, saying unless you implement 3-language formula, we will not release the funds to you. This is what they are saying, that this is high-handedness by the center. Final word, I have to move on after this. Yes. Sanju Verma, please, only Sanju Verma. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Zaka. You know, let me just say one more thing. If you are accepting NEP and the 3-language formula, you can teach in schools English and along with that Tamil or Malayalam, English and along with that Gujarati and Tamil, English and along with that Tamil and Konkani, English and with that Tamil or Marathi, English and with that Tamil or Sanskrit. So let me tell you that crying wolf and playing the victim card is not going to work. Zaka, you work in a professional organization. You suddenly decide one fine day, मुझे काम पर आना नहीं है, पर मुझे अपनी पूरी तनख्वाह चाहिए. It doesn't work that way. Even I am in a political party, I don't draw a salary, but there are rules by which I have to measure up to. You know, you cannot be a law unto yourself. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. हम NEP follow नहीं करेंगे, हम NET नहीं implement करेंगे. हमको जो मन करता है हम वही करेंगे, but center से हम funds demand करेंगे. आपकी मनमानी नहीं चलेगी.
Okay.
Article 343.
Okay, I got to move on. I'm not sure the salary analogy exactly works. I mean, it's a fund. Of course, taxes are collected by central taxes as well as state taxes. It goes to the consolidated fund. These are grants and funds that are allocated in the union budget for various departments and meant for the states. Of course, you can't have a state hijacking it and saying that we will not implement a particular policy and therefore you should continue giving us funds. That's a valid point. But to say that it's a salary, I'm not sure that that's an accurate analogy.